Good morning. Welcome to Winnipeg. Sunny again, Winnipeg. 17.2 Celsius, Winnipeg. Yeah, same. It's been about the same the last 3 mornings now. Okay. We got a decision to make. Or maybe I should say, I guess I got the decision to make. I don't know if you've been reading the comments or not, but I've been getting a lot of comments in the last three or 4 days regarding these boats. And the comments go from whichever one you choose, it'll be fine. But most of the comments are to the effect of that they like the kit boat better than Nigel's boat. So what I'm going to do, I've been doing a lot of thinking about it, and I've suggested to some of the viewers in my reply that what I'm going to do is maybe we'll put it up for a vote. Well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and, as best I can, show these two boats together. I'll probably put them somehow on the rotator. I will superimpose one above the other, have them both turning at the same speed so that you see them both from the same angle at the same time, and you can kind of compare. At least that's my plan. I like to do stuff like that. And then in the comments, please give me your honest opinion. Which one do you think would look better on our USS Enterprise? Because and keep in mind that when we view the ship's boat, we will be viewing it pretty much straight on a profile from the side. So not from the top. So keep that in mind when you're deciding which one you like, and then in the comments just try not to be too wordy. Just which one you like the best. Hey, it should be it's an easy thing to do if you want to be bothered. And by the way, I appreciate your honest opinions. Sometimes you'll probably notice that I will allow almost all opinions. I won't delete them, even if somebody says something about to the effect of, well, I don't like your music or whatever. Some people that are politicians are bad for that. They will only allow you or want you to hear what is good and positive for them. Whereas I just let everything be posted, unless it's really hurtful to other viewers. Then I won't. And occasionally, now fortunately, Google with their artificial intelligence, they read the comments. And they can sense that, hey, that wasn't very nice. We better put that in a special file and let Ron review it. Does he want to approve this or not? And I get those, but most of them I approve. There's the odd one I don't. So every once in a while, I remember it must have been about 4 or 5 years ago. Nigel, who made these boats, he was talking about comments that he was getting, and I remember him saying some of those comments are just nasty, and it's true. Those of us who are creators, we get nasty comments, but you usually don't see them because Google reads them, like their artificial intelligence reads them, and then puts them in this little special file. I think it's called held for review or held for something, anyway, and then I have the option to approve it or delete it. Okay, let's get on here this morning. I did get out on the bike yesterday afternoon, went for a spin. Where did I go? I can't even remember. These rides, they're all sort of blending together. You know, it's like these builds. Sometimes they sort of build together or blend together. And yeah, I went to yesterday. I went to. Do you know? I can't remember. Oh my goodness, that's scary. I really can't remember. Where did I go? Okay, I went out. Uh, why am I laughing? I think I went to McDonald's. Yeah, I think I went. You know what? I'm gonna have to dig out the footage. I still know how to do that. Anyway, I was thinking today I might go to an A&W on Main Street that I've never been to. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. I can't remember where I went yesterday. Like I say, it's because these rides they all sort of blend together. If you had have asked me when I pulled in on up into the driveway, where did you go? I'd be able to remember. But the next day, that is bad. That is really bad, isn't it? Okay, let's. I think maybe what I'll do is I'm going to get the camera down here on the model table, and somehow I will put these on the rotator, and we will try and get them to be so we can do a comparison. Should I reshoot this opening? This is terrible. I mean, the openings are getting worse and worse and worse. Okay, so here's what I'm planning to do. I'm going to take and crop this area, but I don't want the background to be too busy. So I'm going to put a piece of cardboard in behind there, uh, and excuse me. And like I say, I'll be cropping this later. So. And I like to show you how I do stuff. I remember years ago I used to do that down in the workshop, and I get comments from people saying how they appreciated me showing how I set up my lighting and all that kind of stuff. Not that I'm an expert, I'm just showing the way I do it. And so, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Okay. I do believe I've got this camera set and in focus. And here we go. Let's just press record here. Okay, we are recording. I'll turn this on. Get it started, and then I'll sync this up afterwards. Now keep in mind when you view this. Now it's kind of slumped a little bit on me here. Yeah, when we view this, it's going to be going in this direction. I think that's all right. Okay, here we go again. Okay, so what I'm videoing right now, I will be using. Okay, now here again, it's not exactly straight. I think that looks better. Okay. So, okay, in the comments below, which do you like? Okay, this module on the outside anyway is going to be painted the 82. The back side is going to be white, if you remember, because it's going to be on the inside. But we have to paint it the 82 before we can fasten our doors in place, right? However, I forgot to paint these pieces right here. Now, if the module is going to be painted the 82, like these pieces, they plug into these two slots right here. And yeah, if it's going to be the 82, it's going to be a little bit dark. It'll be about the same dark as that top. Then I think probably these should be light. So I'm going to paint these with the with the 19, and I think the self-locking tweezers should grab onto this. Yeah, that should work. Well, it looks like a little piece of flashing on there I should sand off. Yeah, maybe I'll just take one of Eric's sanding sticks to that. Okay. Now, how am I going to hold on to this thing? I don't want to end up having it rounded. Just get the high parts off of the... Well, that'll be some better anyway. At least there won't be any little burrs sticking out. I know we can really see it now because it's a different color, right? Okay. Nobody's going to see those anyway. Oh, and by the way, just in case some of you were starting to get worried, I did finally remember where it was I went yesterday on the bike. I went to the McDonald's. I think it was around 1800 something Main Street. Yeah. Now, what do I always say when I paint plastic with the 19? Well, I usually say something to the effect of, it's so much the same color, I can't tell hardly where I painted and where I haven't. But at least it will get rid of the plastic look. Okay, we'll just let that shrink wrap around and I think it'll be okay. Now just one more to go here. And this is it. Somehow it's not going as good as the other one. Well, starting to form a bit of a scum on the top there. Sort of flooded on. That'll be okay. Yeah. Well, we didn't get very much done today, that's for sure. But I am convinced that other than the boats, I've done everything I can do as far as gluing parts together. Next thing we got to do is drag our spray booth over here and get the 82 on this part, and then we can get our doors glued on. But that's going to have to be tomorrow. Oh, it's 28.1. Yeah, it's gone up quite a bit. I don't think it's quite that warm. It's probably more like about 26. But yeah, I'm going to get out and enjoy a ride. Sun is still shining. You know, about 2-3 hours ago, I noticed that I could really smell smoke in the house, and it turns out that well, I had to close the windows. So it turns out that the weather office was giving a smoke advisory. So yeah, I guess the forest fires in the north or wherever they are. Yeah, that's too bad. Anyway, I'm gonna call it quits here for this afternoon. Yeah, like I say, didn't get much done. But we did make progress, even though it was very, very little. Thanks for watching, everybody. All being well, we'll see you tomorrow.